So there are kind of 5 key principles I'm going to go over real quick to helping you get more reviews and increase your online reputation or improve your online reputation. So, I mean, number one, this might seem obvious, but sometimes it's not for whatever reason, but you need to provide a world-class customer experience and make sure your techs in the field are on the same page, right? Like we all, as business owners, like we all know, like that's our main goal, right? We want to take care of our customers. We want to create, I don't know if you've ever heard it called like raving fan customers, right? You want them to be your cheerleaders. You want to wow them like, man, this is awesome. So glad I'm working with you. Like that's what you want to do with your clients. But you also want to make sure your team is on the same page, right? And that they want to wow the customer experience. Some care more than others, but you try to want to, you can even do team huddles, right? To like we used to do back when I was in construction, toolbox meetings, right? Everybody meet around the truck in the morning, talk about the day, and then you can reiterate about the top level service you want to provide when you're drying out the houses, doing the rebuild, mold removal, whatever it may be. And this kind of that kind of ties into point number 2, but it needs to be a team experience in your culture. So, and I'll give you a tip too. It could almost be like a job description, like for your techs, like part of their job description, their duties is, all right, you go to the house, you perform the work. Like you have to ask for the review before you get in the truck and pack up and leave, right? And that's just a little tidbit too for conversions. Some people, before they come to us, they just wait till they get back in the office and they shoot the homeowner an email. But the thing about that is the email might get lost in the 100 spam emails that the customers get in a day, right? But if you're face to face and you train your techs to ask for the review right there, whether they have an app on their phone or they can just pull up the Google My Business listing there on their phone and say, hey, Bob, if you're happy with the work I just did, if you don't mind, do you mind leaving a review real quick? So if you get all your techs and your field personnel on the same page to do that, we've seen that really help conversion rates and skyrocket the number of reviews that you can get, from your team. Now, and another thing you can do is track, like if you've got 5 techs out, running around doing work, is, track how many reviews each of them are getting, right? And then you can even sell it. They could get like a gift card. Like whoever gets their most reviews in February, gets a $100 gift card to Outback or whatever, Starbucks, Amazon, whatever you want to do. But you can almost build that into your culture to where your techs, to try to get them excited about getting the reviews, right? So it's a win-win for everybody. It's a win-win for the customer because they're getting, world-class service, which will lead to a 5-star review for you and your company and the reputation. And then the tech might get, if he's incentivized or he or she's incentivized, they might be pumped because they get like I said, a $50 Amazon gift card or whatever. Y'all can, get creative with that. But, typically whatever you measure tends to improve, right? You can't manage what you don't measure is the saying, right? So we do recommend that you measure, inspect, and celebrate. And then that way you can that'll help build it into your culture. Everybody will get excited. And like I said, it's just a win-win for everybody. And so for one way to do that is you want to, leverage the best-in-class tools to help you do this. And there's different ways to do this, depending on whether you're doing it yourself or you're working with marketing companies, use different tools, but they're all basically the same thing in a sense, right? But make sure, if you're doing the SMS, like we recommend, the texting seems to work really well. You can use it through the app. Your text can have an app on their phone that they could either send a text message to the customer or just, hand the phone over to the customer while they're on site. That works really well. You can email them. If that doesn't work for whatever reason, the homeowner had to leave, and so you couldn't ask them, don't give up then, right? You can get back to the office, shoot them an email, and then the office manager the next day could do a follow-up call if the review still hasn't been. So you can be a little proactive on this. You can't just, shoot out a ton of emails and just cross your fingers that somebody's going to do it. If you take the initiative to make a few extra phone calls or emails or text messages to try to get the review, I think you'll notice your conversion rate will go up a little bit. I mean, guarantee it, right? It's a numbers game. And then one thing you want to do is respond to the reviews. Is just say, if somebody's like, oh, I'm gonna make this up, but thanks, ABC Restoration. I was freaking out because my basement flooded, but you guys got here promptly, dried it out, did the rebuild. Everything looks like new again. David was a great tech. I appreciate it. And then you would want to come back in and say, hey, no problem, Debbie. We were glad to take care of you. And I'll tell you a little trick right here too. This might be the webinar, worth the webinar in itself. When you respond to the reviews, you can put keywords in the review, which Google will see as a signal, which can be just another point, like I mentioned earlier, in the ranking in the 3-pack. So what I would do is be like, hey, no problem, Debbie. Glad we could take care of you. In your emergency water damage restoration problem. I mean, I'm making this up, obviously. It would sound a little better than this, but you guys get the point. You can put keywords in the review, and Google reads the reviews and everything on the Google My Business profile. Obviously, you want it to make sense, right? Don't keyword stuff it, because Google can see that too. But just you could take a few minutes to think about how can I. And the good thing is mold removal. Obviously, you want to talk about. You could say if she said mold removal, you could say, hey, no problem. We're glad we could do a great mold remediation job. So that way you're playing off of, right? She said mold removal, you said mold remediation. There's two different good mold keywords that you have in the review and the review response, right? Not many people are doing that. Not many people know that. So that, I'm telling y'all, if y'all run with that alone, that's worth the webinar in itself. Hope you got value out of that video. If you're looking for more ideas and strategies for better ways to market your water, mold, or fire damage restoration business online, you can go to restorationmarketinggroup.com, and there we have a free checklist you can download. It's called the Ultimate Online Marketing Guide for Damage Restoration Contractors. And there you'll be able to get the latest strategies that are working now to really increase your lead flow online. You could probably even 5 to 10x the number of leads you're getting per month from internet marketing. So there should be a link below, restorationmarketinggroup.com, and there you can download the checklist for free of charge, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks.